So Jacob Collier was using some amazing harmonic choices, some beautiful passing chords in his cover of You Are the Sunshine of My Life. So I want to unpack this. I want to show you guys some of what Jacob was doing here. So originally we're in the key of B, and Jacob actually starts in the key of B. So Stevie's approach is like this, you are the sunshine of my life. Yeah, that's why I'll always be around. So quite straightforward. And again, you are the apple of my eye. Forever you'll stay in my heart. Alright, so that's Stevie's approach. Jacob's one is more nuanced though. Check this one out. So, you are the sunshine of my life. Oh! That's why I'll always be around. That's Jacob right there. You are the apple of my eye. Yeah. And then forever you'll stay in my heart. So as you can see, Jacob's got a few more things in there. So let me show you what's happening here. So in terms of our foundation, so Stevie's approach was B major, then we have F sharp /E, so we've got E on the left, F sharp on the right, then we have D sharp minor, then we've got this chord. So I'm thinking about this like an F triad over G sharp. Ultimately it's like a kind of you could say like quite a chromatic version of this kind of dominant feel. Yeah, it's a different sound, but ultimately it's got the idea of R5, which is going to take us to our destination of C sharp minor in that context. Yeah, so then we have C sharp minor, then F sharp sus, so E major on my right hand with F sharp on the left hand. That's why you'll always be around. And then it's C sharp minor to F sharp sus. Then for the second half of the verse, same thing. You are the apple of my eye. This chord right here. Beautiful. Forever you'll stay in my heart. Yeah. Jacob's though, his approach is like this. So you got B major, you are the E major 7, sunshine of mine. Then you got this sus chord right here. So he's using a sus chord rather than say doing F sharp sus, which he actually does later, like what Stevie does, using this idea of chord 5. That's why you'll always be around. This sus chord works perfectly on 5, but Jacob's using this sus chord on the 3. You are the sunshine of my chord 3 right here. Yeah, so that F in the mix of that B major sounds beautiful, and it's quite radical. That's a really good option to know in terms of if you're going to play chord 3 or like a kind of 5 to 1 in a minor key. Get that sus in there as opposed to just minor. Yeah, this is Stevie. You are the sunshine of my life. But Jacob is, you are the sunshine of my life. Yeah. And Jacob's got this kind of, he's got the same F feel, but it sounds like he's had the D in there. It's like a kind of D. He really got that dissonance in terms of that tritone. Yeah, and then C sharp minor for Jacob. That's why I'll always, so just like Stevie, always be around. But then Jacob doesn't go to chord 1. He does this. So you are the sunshine of my life. That's why I'll always be around. Then Jacob does this. One more time, I'll show that to you. So you got this. So thinking about, like essentially like chord 1 in first inversion, B major without the B. Then we have the same kind of chord actually in relation to. So ultimately, I'd be thinking about this as being like B major, like I add 2 first inversion, and then likewise this would be an F sharp, add 2 first inversion, and then we've got this kind of like G sharp minor kind of feel. Then we've got now it gets interesting because we've got G sharp major, first inversion. So these are all kind of first inversion chords really. Then we have a first inversion of A major, yeah, and then we've got this first inversion of E major. So as you can see, there's lots of first inversions. Second inversion of B, and then kind of like a sus on the F sharp. So I'll play that one more time. So Jacob's approach. You are the sunshine of my life. Sus chord. Something to think about. C sharp major on the right hand with D sharp on the left hand. And then we're going to have this chord, including the D in there, and then C sharp minor. That's why I'll always be around. That's where Stevie went, but Jacob's got. That's why I'll always be around. Oh, excuse me. That's so nice. Okay, second half of this verse. So Stevie went, yeah, it's the same chords actually. You are the apple. Oh, that's Stevie right there. Apple of my eye. But Jacob does this. You are the apple. So he's got this kind of major 7 going down to our dominant 7 to really kind of bring in the fact that we're using this B as transport to our next chord. This is the 5 of E. Yeah, so you got this. You are the apple of my eye. It's still a sus. Jacob kind of does like a broken chord kind of that kind of thing, but it's ultimately over this sus idea, and then actually Jacob does a walk up. He actually goes, forever you'll stay in my heart. Yeah, so he does a little walk up rather than just going, forever you'll stay in my heart. He's got this kind of, forever you'll stay in my heart. But it's all about what happens next. He does so you got this. So he's pulling out of the key of B ultimately. I would think about this like he's going to the key of C. And he's got this line. I think that works perfectly adding an F sharp as well on the left hand. Yeah. That's so nice. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. So one more time. Let's compare and contrast. So Stevie is, you are the sunshine of my life. But Jacob is, you are the sunshine of my life. That's sus chord on the chord 3, and then go into same chord with the D, and then Stevie and Jacob, they do the same thing. That's why I'll always be around. Oh no, excuse me. That's why I'll always be around. Up to this chord it's the same. Stevie goes to the B, but Jacob's got this. You are the apple. That's Jacob right there. Of my eye. And that's a really nice option to know if you're going from chord 1 to the E. Really having it in mind to really lock in this idea of this 1 being the 5 of where you're going to. So Jacob could have gone, or he did go, but he could have gone, same idea. So getting this A in there, and I'm treating this like a sus chord, because in the same way as Jacob and Stevie used a sus chord in the 5, like at the end of that's why I'll always be around, using the sus chord, and in terms of the 5 to 1, you could use this in this context as well. So we're going from B to E, but that B represents the 5 of E, so we could go you, and then take us to. Yeah, so either way how you want to do it, you could do Jacob's major 7, that's nice as well. Or you could kind of just go straight for the sus to take us there. Yeah, so check it out. So you are the, or you could go are the, apple of my eye. Jacob, yeah, you've got to get that sus in there for the 3. Beautiful. Oh. And then walk up. Forever you stay in. And all he's doing there ultimately, he's just working up the scale notes in the key of B. First inversion of, you heard Jacob utilize this a lot rather than going, he could have done that, but this first inversion of B just grounds things a bit more. Yeah, you stay in my heart. And then Jacob's let's look at that, because that G in the key of C, once again we're just using 5-to-1 harmony. He's going G, C, so he's definitely pulling way out the key of B. And then he takes us back with this, and I think it works perfectly to add in the F sharp to let us know. So like in that particular moment, it's like we've briefly gone up a semitone and then we're back down. Yeah, we're back down. That's just wonderful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm gonna go on a little more because Jacob really pulls things out of the bag here. So I feel like what is Jacob? Let me go from the verse again. So, you are the sunshine of my life, and that's why I'll always be around. You are the apple of my eye. Yeah, and forever. Oh yeah, forever you'll stay in my heart. I feel like this is the big. What does he do? Beginning. Oh yeah, then he does. This is the last one I'm going to show you. That's just so nice. So I feel like I think actually no, he does this actually. I feel like this. Excuse me. Feel like this is the beginning. He does this. Yeah. So Stevie's approach is just. I feel like this is the beginning, and then. So chord 1, B major. I feel like E major, F sharp sus. So using similar chords that we've had already. Beginning. But Jacob is like this. I feel like first inversion. So ultimately he's still thinking about, the E like Stevie did. Because Stevie did, I feel like this is. But Jacob's doing, I feel like this is the beginning. Then he goes to G sharp minor. And then he's got this kind of. So once again, we're kind of referring to that C. Go to the key of C for a brief moment, and you got this. That's so beautiful, and then coming back home, and he continues on. That's so beautiful. So have a listen to that. So I feel like this is the beginning, and using this idea of triads. So you got this. Right, I'm playing D major, C major, and then I'm going D major, C major again, just inversion. Same idea. That's what I'm doing. But to me, it kind of makes me think about that, in the verse when he's got, you are the sunshine of my life. This chord right here. That tension that's created from this triad of F major. I kind of feel like Jacob's really kind of harking to that in terms of I feel like this is the beginning in terms of these triads, tension, etc. So I'll play it one more time from the top. Maybe I'll do Stevie's approach, then I'll do Jacob's, and then you can kind of really see, the depth that Jacob really went to. But in a way, it's very tasteful, it's very palatable. It's not too much at all. So you can employ some of these concepts hopefully in your own music making. So here we go. Let's check it out from the top. So Stevie's approach. You are the sunshine of my life. That's why I'll always be around. You are the apple of my eye. Forever you'll stay in my heart. I feel like this is the beginning, etc., and then he goes, same chord again. Alright, we'll leave it there. Now let's do Jacob's approach. So, you are the sunshine of my life. Oof. You are, that's why I'll always be around. was it? You are the apple of my eye. Forever you'll stay in my heart. I feel like this is the beginning. Yeah, though I loved you for a million years. And then it continues on. I gave you a little bit extra there. But as you can see, Jacob Collier, like it's just the way he thinks, and I hope that by watching this video, these ideas don't feel too overwhelming. I hope that you're able to kind of, glean, from the gems from this, especially in terms of the tools that are being used, especially this idea of 5-to-1 harmony is very much, the gateway in terms of passing chords. Once you really have a firm idea in terms of 5-to-1, thinking of your destination, for example, this idea where we've got this, ultimately Jacob's in the key of B, but he just created interest going to the key of C just via this idea of 5-1, and he's just adding a sus chord, just adding, and that's another one as well. Sus chords, using sus chords in that context of 5 really does help as well. Same idea with the verse. You are the sunshine of my. Stevie was here, and then he went to here, so that's a 5-to-1. So using a 5 sus chord, using that sus chord, it really just sounds so beautiful. And then going to our destination of our 1. So thinking about, okay, if I'm going to be using, the idea of a passing chord with the 5, put a sus on it. Yeah, suspending chord. Yeah. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you. That's what I meant to say in the next video. Take care. Bye for now.